Hey friends, I'm back with another December daily for Slackers. This is something that I'm going to be working on all throughout the month of September, finishing up my 2017 album before I start my 2018 album, which obviously the season's coming up really quick for holiday documenting. So I figured I should get at least one of my albums done and caught up. I'm actually behind on two, just my 2017 and my 2016, but making some progress nonetheless. All right, so I'm working on day 13, and the first thing I'm going to do before I get started is I want to do a little bit of die cutting. So I'm going to grab a stamp set that also comes with some Christmas tree die. So that's Christmas tree stamp, good grief. Christmas tree stamp, as well as Christmas tree dies. I have been narrating all day long, so let's see if I can actually make it through this one. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp the first image, which is a nice Christmas tree that has a bunch of text phrases, one that has little ornaments strung up going across the tree, and one that has, I think those are little stars that are on that tree, but they're very pretty. So now I'm going to line up the dies. I'm going to do this individually for all three trees, and I'm using a tiny little, I think it's called a Sidekick die cutting machine, and I like to pull that out versus my larger Big Shot because it is, one, smaller and lighter and very compact, and it just works out well when I am die cutting little small images such as these little tiny Christmas trees. So I'm getting my little plates set up and my little sandwich all built, and then I went ahead and suctioned that little machine right to my desk. It has a little lever there on the left hand side, and I die cut the first little tree. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and finish out the rest of the trees. Now I am adhering those down with a little bit of washi tape so that the die stays in place as the image is going through the machine and being cut. So I'm going to move all those things out the way, and I'm working on the left-hand side, which is going to house the number 13 for day 13, and then I'm going to put those little Christmas trees there to the bottom of the page, adding a little bit of Tombow Mono adhesive to adhere my little Christmas trees, and then the tiny one I'm going to pop up on a dimensional foam square, just to give a little bit more presence on that spread. So here comes my, I think that's Stampin' Up! Adhesive. It's one of my favorite adhesives. Add about 2 of those to the back of that little tiny tree. And I tend not to add a ton of bulk to my December daily albums because I usually do the 6x8 album size, and I don't want it to be too bulky. Now I'm going to turn my attention to that number 13. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video, everything I'm using is either from a Felicity Jane holiday kit or a previous Ali Edwards kits. So the photo at the bottom there on the right is my daughter working on her little tiny sewing machine. I think I moved that out of the way a little bit too quickly. And she's sewing little felt pillows and I believe also scarves for her dolls, which is really cute. And that little machine only sews felt. So we spend a lot of money at Michael's on felt for her to make her little craft project. So I thought it'd be fun to document her making scarves and pillows for her stuffed animals and dollies for Christmas, which is really precious. So I took a doily and adhered a die cut circle that I just punched out using, actually it's a punch circle that I punched out with my circle punch, and I adhered a rubber charm that says, remember this. This is from a older Ali Edwards kit, and that's all I'm going to do to the right hand side. And there's the photo of my daughter working on her little machine. I added a gold star above that Christmas tree just for interest. So I subscribe to Book of the Month Club, and last year in our Christmas box, they gave us these cute little stickers, and they're just adorable. My favorite one is of that little gingerbread man there with his little coffee spilt and his little leg that looks like it was, like his little leg was about to fall off. And he's just singing fa la 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 la, and I think it's really cute. And these stickers were just so stinking cute. I did not want to use them, so I decided I'll just scrapbook them this way, just keep them on their sheet. And I'm going to create a title that says Book of the Month, or Book of the Month abbreviated, BOTM. And then I'm going to spell out the word freebie. I'm using some Felicity Jane thin and tall font stickers. They're very, very cool to use. I'm going to pop that right back into the sleeve. I'm going to call that page done. I like putting little elements like that in my December daily albums. It adds a lot of interest. So look at those. They're just so adorable. All right, so then I forgot I had to pull that sheet out again because I need to add my journaling. And my journaling is basically talking about what I just told you about my daughter making all kinds of cute felt things for her dollies and her stuffed animals. We went through a lot of batting last year with all the pillows that she made. It was just adorable seeing her work on her little sewing machine. She actually got that as a Christmas gift from her aunt the previous year, and she's just been using it ever since. So I got my pages popped back in the album, and they're all done. Now what I'm going to do at the end of this is I'm going to post pictures of the completed album, and I'll also do a complete walkthrough as well so you guys can see the finished 2017 album. Now before you go, make sure you subscribe to the Victoria Marie YouTube channel, and when you do, make sure you hit that bell indicator so you'll know every time a new video is posted to this channel. I'll see you next time.